I think that one of the places I've really tried to focus on is remembering that life isn't about certainty. That's actually not what this whole Earth situation is about. In fact, I would say it's probably more true that unknown and the uncertainty of it is one of the most consistent aspects
Uh-huh.
of being a human on this earth because of acknowledging that. Because I've been able to say, you know what? My dream isn't even about certainty. The
No.
goal of my dream is not about a certain even outcome. It's about the
Yes.
process of me being connected to it, giving it momentum, giving it movement, giving it voice, giving it heart. Because I've really worked on that, I'm like, this is actually more important because certainty's never been guaranteed. And if you want to bring in the spiritual lens, which I think about this all the time, oh, God doesn't say that there's not going to be any trouble.
He says the opposite.
There will be challenge, my friends. Like he's like, children, like there will be challenge, there will be uncertainty, there will be pain, there will be loss, but it's okay because I've overcome all those things. I am enough in all those things. You will find the grace and the ability to find love through it all.
Mhm.
And that helps me when my nervous system is trying to tell me that story of like, uh-oh, don't you remember 10 years ago you tried to do that thing and it hurt, like something bad happened? I'm like, yeah, but guess what? I am okay. That's true. And probably if I move forward, I will have some challenge again, but I think I'm going to be okay. Like I will have what I need to keep going. So I think working just in a frameworks of belief about life can really help you
Yes.
demystify just how like how I have to know everything. I'm like, that's not even the whole point.
If you can get to a place where you believe that life is working for you, not happening to you, that will fundamentally change the lens through which you view opportunities and view dreams. Because
Yes.
if I'm not sure if life is against me, then I'm always going to be waiting potentially for the other shoe to drop. I have to brace myself for the next thing going wrong. And it's understandable when we've had experiences in the past that have taken us by surprise and maybe blindsided us. It makes sense. That's where that trauma-informed lens comes in. It makes
Yes,
sense
it
that
makes
I'm
sense.
bracing myself if I had things happen that I didn't expect that took me by surprise and knocked me and took me time to recover from. Yes, of course. And if I can reframe and see my life as like, even in the hardships, things are being worked together for my good. My
Yes.
life is always working for me. I am not a victim of my circumstances. There's always an opportunity for goodness to come from this. I feel like that's so helpful in even reframing the disappointments and the hardships because, like you said, Des, about the journey. It's like, oh, but all of that has grown me into the
Mhm.
woman that I am today. And I like who I am when I look in the mirror. I like who this person has
Hmm.
developed into. And I couldn't always say that because I wasn't always sure that life was working for me. But being able to embrace that and instill that and being able to rewire that into my deeper subconscious psyche, that is a big deal, and it helps when it comes to stepping out into some of those unknowns because I'll say this now, and I'm sure we'll reiterate it again through the podcast. You only need to take the next right step.
Yes.
The how is not your responsibility because this was always designed to be a journey of faith. If you're a person of faith or if you're a person of spiritual inclination, you are designed to help co-create your future, pulling things from the unseen realm and releasing them into the seen realm. That's not a path of certainty. That is a path of creation. And the creative
Mm.
process, you think if you've ever created anything in your life, whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be writing, whether it be baking a cake, there's always an element of even if I follow the ingredients exactly, every cake I've made has turned out slightly different. Every loaf of bread I've made is slightly turned out different. When I've written things, when I've begun to create things, the actual act of the creative process not only develops character in you, but that's half the fun. And then the result is almost never exactly what you're thinking it's going to be. There's always going to be an element of surprise. And that's the beauty of operating by faith and not just by sight. There's the invitation into the process. And I think that we sell ourselves short when we let fear stop us from taking those steps simply because we can't see what step 7 is going to be in the 10 steps to get to the place that we need to go to.
Right. At step 2, we can't know, we don't know what 7 is. So then we stop at step 2. It sounds like you've done a beautiful reframe. It's a reframing between certainty and mystery. I'm going to call it mystery. And if you can feel more comfortable in the mystery, that helps you stay connected to your identity, to your heart. I think it helps us stay more connected to God.
Yes.
Because
exactly
if something
that
is so much bigger than me, like I'm so afraid of this thing happening in the future, I'm not really allowing for who God is to be present in the right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a barrier between communing with God and trusting God. You can choose to be more present.
Yeah.
Is when I get too far ahead, that is the zone where you literally don't have the presence, neither presence of yourself or the presence of God in. So what do I have presence in now?
Yeah.
I have presence with myself. I have presence with my heart. I notice what it's desiring. I notice what it's wanting. I have presence with God now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next best thing?
Yes.
What's the next right thing for me to do?
Yes.